Alright, today we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing integers. And so the rule is, anytime you multiply or divide, you're going to multiply and divide like you've always multiplied and divide. But if the signs are the same, your answer is going to be positive, and if the signs are different, your answer is going to be negative. So a visual of that would be the little tic-tac-toe board, where your positives win the game, and everything else is negative. So you do your positives at the diagonal. So positive and negative make negative, negative and positive make negative, and negative make positive. So if you look at that graphic I made, the same signs, that bottom one, negative and negative, made positive. The two above that were positive, negative, and negative, positive. So those signs are different, so those answers are negative. So let's practice a few of these. Alright, so I got 4 different problems there. Negative 5 times 3. Like I said, you just multiply like normal for all of these. All of them are 5 times 3, so they're all going to be 15 to start. Now we just have to decide if they're positive or negative. So the first one's negative and positive. Those signs are different. Or if you look at our chart, we are right here, negative and positive, so our answer is negative. The next one's negative and negative. So negative and negative make a positive, so you just leave it as 15. The third one is positive and negative. Those are different signs. It's also the first one on our chart there, positive and negative, so our answer is going to be negative. And then 5 times 3, those are both positive, so that's going to be positive. Alright, so let's look at some division ones. So we have 64 divided by 8, and 8 will go into 64 8 times. So all these start out the same. They're all 8. Now we have to decide if they're going to be positive or negative. So the first one's 2 positives, same signs equals positive, you just leave it as 8. Second one is negative divided by a positive. So that's right here on our chart. So that answer is going to be negative. Or if you're a words person, different signs means it's negative. So then we have negative 64 divided by negative 8. So that's 2 negatives. That's down here. Same signs, so it's positive. Just leave it as 8. And then the last one, positive 64 divided by negative 8. That's this one right here. So that is going to be a negative because the signs are different. Alright, so let's practice a few of these. So negative 5 times 12. 5 times 12 equals 60. And a negative and a positive make negative. Negative 3 times 15. 3 times 15 is 45. And a negative and a positive make a positive. Alright, next we have negative 7 times 8. So 7 times 8 is 56. And negative and positive make negative. And then negative 4 times negative 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And negative make positive. So let's work on the division ones. 27 divided by 3 is 9. And negative 27 divided by positive 3, different signs, means it's negative. Negative 60 divided by negative 5, 60 divided by 5 is 12. And negative make positive. Negative 54 divided by 6 equals 9. And a negative and a positive make negative. And then 81 divided by negative 9. 81 divided by 9 is 9. And a positive and a negative make negative. One last thing when we're talking integers, let's talk about numbers being squared. So that first one I have there is negative 3 squared. So that's like saying negative 3 times negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 3 is going to equal 9, and negative times negative is a positive. Whereas that second one I have there, that's like saying 3 times 3, and then a negative on the outside. So 3 times 3 is 9, and then you apply that negative on the outside. So that would actually equal a negative 9. So let's look at the second one. Same thing. I have negative 5 squared. So that would be negative 5 times negative 5. So that's going to equal 25. And negative times a negative is positive. And then the last one I have 5 times 5, which is 25. And then I apply that negative on the outside of the parentheses. So that's going to equal a negative 25. So that's just the distinction you need to make. If the negative's on the inside, on a square, your answer will be positive. If it's on the outside, it'll be negative.